Files were leaked to the public the following night, and social workers removed Chris from Barbara on the morning of 30th July. In early August 2021, Chris was arrested, officially charged with 1 count of incest, and is currently being held without bail, pending trial. That needs to be updated. It's crazy because he wrote, apparently he wrote a bunch of letters while in jail, and I think they refer to themselves as Jesus Christ reincarnated. Well, of course, if you are referring to yourself as Jesus Christ reincarnated, I think you've gone off the deep end. You've gone off the deep end already, and you're a little crazy. Background and foreshadowing. This is also pretty crazy. They've always been really close to their mother ever since the dad died. The dad died when like mid 2000s, I think. And once the dad died, they kind of got into a depression, and now they only have their mom, and they're like entirely dependent on Barbara, the mom, and not entirely dependent, but it's like they can't live by themselves. Like Chris cannot live by themselves, and to think that, like, wow, it's a tragic tale, because like to think like they can't live by themselves, but now like they ruined their relationship, the relationship that they could have even with their mother, and it's weird. I can't even put my thoughts to words right now, and it just really sucks. It was keenly noted during the Doopy saga that Chris has used the word darling and dear, commonly reserved for romantic relationships, to refer to his mother. I don't think that's weird. I think, like, what, my dear mother, like, that's not weird. But it may be in the context of them using it, it's probably really weird. And that's also a thing that I find that really funny. Christorians use that a lot. They call, like, these different what's the word, I guess they call them sagas. They call these different times in Chris's life, and like these different events in Chris's life, they refer to them as sagas, which I think is so funny. And they say it's like taken so seriously. Like there are multiple, like, this is a very long Wikipedia article, and I can assure you all of these other ones are just as long, if not longer. And you would think that after so long of like getting trolled and getting pranked like consistently, they would learn that to stop falling for it, or to stop believing these people. But that never happened. And look at them, 2 decades later, they got into prison, they got into jail, and now they're out, and no one knows where they are right now. At least not that I know of. I haven't gotten a single update of like what they're up to right now, or what they could be doing. On the 28th July 2021, showing soul bonding between an elderly Libra woman, which Barb is, and a younger woman that suspiciously looks like Chris's fictionalized counterpart. How does that look like? Oh wow. This is just as I'd expected. Oh yeah, that's them. Oh wow. If they had like better role models, better people around them that really helped them, I feel like they could have genuinely gotten better. Like earlier, they could have genuinely gotten better, and like learn like the not to trust the internet as much as they do now. But that didn't happen, and like it seemed like their only friends and like the only people that really talked to them were trolls, people that wanted to just make them look stupid. It's sad. It's like the more you read into it, like you think like, wow, there's no way, like how can you be so dumb to do this? But then you need to realize like this person is like mentally ill, this person's like autistic, and it's frankly it's tragic. It's really sad that this is what happened, and that this is their story, that this is it's really sad. like it sucks that this is how we're gonna remember Chris. Well, you know what? Yeah, I was gonna say like we were gonna remember Chris as like going to jail for having incest, but there are a lot of, like, even if that had never happened, the thing that they would have been remembered for before is not as great. They let me see if I can find the page. So BlueSpike had faked a relationship with Chris, and BlueSpike played as Julie. BlueSpike was 13 years old at the time of trolling Chris. And what happened was they contacted Chris through two feigned identities, a sweetheart named Julie and her evil brother named Max. However, more of the trolling had involved BlueSpike going under the Julie persona. So basically, he started a relationship with Chris and made him believe that they were a thing. And so they were like boyfriend and girlfriend. It's sad. It's tragic. Like, playing as Julie, BlueSpike had phone sex with Chris for hours each night, listening to Chris masturbating. As BlueSpike was in complete control of Chris, he could have done more sinister things, but night after night he engaged in nothing but noisy, fabricated phone sex and listening to Chris jacking off very loudly. Draw your own conclusion about his sexuality. BlueSpike's trolling caused Chris to admit to Julie that he had tried using a dildo and anal beads, convincing Chris to take a long drive to Ohio in what he saw as an effort to rescue his girlfriend. Produced the infamous sex tape where he f***ed Kimmy, made him describe a future scene from Sonic 2 number 9, alluding to his gay fans, and was the impetus for the legendary incident where his father walked into him with his pants down. He was also responsible for other sick shit, including coercing Chris into shoving shards of his Sonic 2 medallion up his ass while he watched and mocked him. After that, and subsequently being kicked out of the Miscreants, he was involved in relatively minor trolling incidents before fading into obscurity. So, he basically tricked Chris into believing he was a woman. And I believe there are recordings of their calls. Actually, I can maybe find this. Yeah, so I think this is the video. Okay, so hopefully this is okay. I've never listened to it.
Chris, I'm happy you're here. Hi.
Hi. I'll go put my earphones on.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
Chris?
Julie?
There's something I've been trying to tell you for a while.
Yes?
Well, I'm gonna be there tomorrow, and I think it's safe to say that I can tell you this with my heartfelt love.
Alright, yes, go ahead and tell me now.
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
I can't. Not right now.
Come on, please.
No, I can't.
Please, Julie, I've just been through a whole lot of mess for you just now.
What happened?
I'll say that in private, but let me hear what you say first, from your heart.
This is so hard for me to say.
You love me, don't you?
I do, but there's something else I need to say. I just don't know how to do this. I don't know how to tell you this. No, I'm ready to tell you.
Okay.
This whole time, Chris, you've been having sex with a 13-year-old boy, you sick fuck.
You lose.
What?
Yeah, I'm a 13-year-old boy, Chris, and you've been having sex with me this entire time. I'm gonna give all your fucking data to Chris Hansen, you fucking pedo fork. So you better get the fuck out now, before I report you to the fucking feds. Get out.
Yeah, that sucks. As someone who wants voice acting as a career, I'm actually really jealous of this kid.